Hey everyone, did you know there are literally millions of dollars of unclaimed property just sitting around waiting to be claimed right now in North Carolina? Well, welcome to this explainer, where we're going to walk through the exact steps for how to claim your unclaimed property in North Carolina online. Whether you're a total beginner when it comes to managing your finances, or you're already pretty well informed, it's absolutely crucial to check for any assets that might be legally owed to you. Today, we're giving you the ultimate evergreen roadmap to finding and reclaiming what is rightfully yours. Okay, let's just dive right into this because, wow, this number is absolutely staggering. As of the end of the 2025 fiscal year, there's almost $1.7 billion currently sitting in the North Carolina Unclaimed Property Fund. I mean, that is a massive pool of money. And honestly, the most important question for you today is simply this: could some of it be yours? So here is our digital treasure map for today's explainer. We're going to quickly cover the $1.7 billion fund itself, what exactly qualifies as unclaimed property, the actual steps to claim your cash, providing those essential proof documents, the timelines and rules you need to know, and then we'll wrap up with a summary and some final disclaimers. All right, jumping right into Section 1, the $1.7 billion fund. Now, before you even lift a finger, you should know the North Carolina Department of State Treasurer actually has a really cool program called NC Cash Match. With this program, the state researches its own database and proactively sends notification letters, which are then followed by a check in about 6 to 8 weeks for qualifying claims of $5,000 or less. It's pretty amazing. But for everyone else out there, say you have a larger amount, or maybe your current information just doesn't perfectly match what's in the state's database, well, you're going to fall under the standard claim process. And that requires a manual online search and some document submission, which is exactly the process we're focusing on today. Moving right along to Section 2, what exactly is unclaimed property? What's really interesting here is just how completely ordinary these abandoned assets are. We aren't talking about buried pirate chests or hidden gold. We're talking about everyday financial assets. Things like a dormant savings account you forgot about, uncashed wages, utility deposits from an old apartment you used to rent, insurance policy proceeds, or even the contents of safe deposit boxes. Generally speaking, these assets become abandoned after 1 to 5 years, simply because the holding company loses track of you, usually just because of an incorrect address or a simple typo. So when those companies literally can't find you, the law requires them to take action. And this brings us to a super important legal term, escheated. By law, when a business cannot locate the rightful owner after that 1 to 5 year dormancy period, they have to remit or basically turn over the funds to the North Carolina Department of State Treasurer. But don't panic, the state doesn't just go and spend it. They actually hold these assets for safekeeping in perpetuity, meaning forever, until the rightful owner comes forward to claim it. All right, Section 3, the steps to claim your cash. Okay, here is your exact step-by-step walkthrough for this digital treasure hunt. First, you're going to go to nzcash.gov and execute a database search using your last name or your business name. Second, you evaluate the matches. Just a quick heads up here, for privacy reasons, exact dollar amounts are only visible for assets under $100. But if you find your property, you just select it and click Continue to File Claim. Third, you establish your legal relationship to the property from a simple drop-down menu. Fourth, populate your claimant demographics, your current name, address, tax ID, and email. And finally, you submit all that to generate your claim ID. Now listen closely because this is absolutely crucial. You have got to secure your unique claim ID. When you finish that online form, the system generates a specific numerical ID for you. This is literally the most important administrative tracker you're going to have. Do not lose it. You will 100% need it for all your subsequent document uploads, and honestly, anytime you need to call in or check the status of your claim. Let's move to Section 4, providing essential proof documents. To keep things secure and prevent fraud, the Unclaimed Property Division has some pretty strict legal evidentiary standards. You essentially have to prove 2 things. First, proof of identity. This means providing a document showing your social security number, like a physical card, a W-2, a pay stub, or a tax return. Second, you absolutely need proof of historical address connection. Basically, a document that links your name to the exact original address reported by the holding company. This could be an old utility bill, a bank statement, or hey, if you don't have those handy, you can actually pay a small fee to get a certified driver address history directly from the North Carolina DMV. When you get to the secure portal on nccash.gov to submit that proof, the system easily accepts standard PDF, TIFF, PNG, or JPG files, as long as they are up to 10 megabytes. Now remember when I stressed that claim ID a minute ago? this is exactly where you use it. You must enter your tax ID or social security number alongside that claim ID just to securely upload your files. Oh, and a quick pro tip, make sure your images are clear and cropped so the processors can actually read your documents without any headaches. On to Section 5, Timelines, Rules, and Finders. So, the big question, how long does all of this actually take? Well, by law, claims are handled administratively by the state treasurer. Once your complete claim is submitted, the normal processing time is about 90 days. But, and this is a really big but, pay attention to that middle milestone. If a claims examiner needs more proof from you, they are going to reach out. And you must respond within 30 days. If you don't, your claim can be outright denied, or that whole 90-day timeline effectively resets because you'll just have to start over. So definitely submit clear, complete documents the very first time. Now, a quick heads up on something else. You might actually get contacted by someone offering to find and recover this money for you. These folks are called third-party property finders, and they actually have to be registered private investigators in North Carolina. But please be aware of the fee caps. By North Carolina law, the absolute maximum fee they can charge you for a standard claim is 20% or $1,000, whichever is less. Even for estates administered in North Carolina, the total fees, including attorney and court costs, are strictly capped at 20%. Look, you can do this yourself totally for free on ncashed.gov, but if you do decide to use a finder, definitely know your legal protections. Now, this brings up a super common troubleshooting question. What if you do all this, you follow the steps, search your name, and nothing, zero results? Honestly, don't be discouraged. Because new funds are constantly being added from companies reaching their dormancy periods every single year, the NC Cash database is updating all the time. So if you don't see your name today, just set a quick calendar reminder to check back in 6 months or a year. It's a constantly changing list. And that brings us to our final part, Section 6, Summary and Final Disclaimers. Honestly, the very best way to deal with unclaimed property is to just never let it become unclaimed in the first place. You can easily prevent your assets from being executed just by keeping closer track of your finances. Update your address with your bank, your employer, and your insurance company the second you move. Cash or deposit physical checks immediately when you get them, and maybe just maintain a simple inventory or spreadsheet of all your open accounts so absolutely nothing slips through the cracks. Of course, a quick disclaimer here. While this explainer is designed to be your comprehensive guide based on current state statutes, we all know policies and state laws can change over time, so always verify the latest requirements, document standards, and forms directly on the official state website at nccash.gov. Or if you run into any technical snags, you can always call their official helpline at 866-NC-1. Which leaves us with one final, very provocative question. Are you owed a piece of that $1.7 billion? I mean, there is literally no downside to checking. Go over to nccash.gov, search your name, and see if there's a little windfall waiting for you today. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful, please be sure to share it with your friends and family, because they might just have some forgotten cash waiting for them too. Thanks so much for joining me on this digital treasure hunt, and happy searching.